Game is live. Here we go. CT side by. Going to be seeing a kit and a couple of flashbangs here for Chopper. That's going to enable them on the retakes or for a couple of Aggie moves on the T side. Kick it with a smoke. Jame the same, and P250 in the hands of Buster here. So Molly and a flash to work with for Jame as well. Magic's aggressive over towards A. Peers on in. Doesn't see a whole lot as we do turn our attention over towards the B side of the map. That's where Chopper and Mira are starting to work on their little project, peeling on down through the sandbags into the sewer. Basically forgoing the monster push here.
I think you'd think this duel favors the USP, gets a glimpse of the toes. Mir did not trim his toenails today. Buster, and well, now is the perfect time, Chad, for you to talk a little bit about Buster and Long. Their relationship is a long one.
Yeah, he does like to take space there, and that can either be used to flank or to lock down that site, make things very jarring for the CTs, but more pushes coming through. This time, Connector being searched by Degster, so a lot of info for the CTs. And now they know Buster is
Could be false info,
position.
could be bad info.
It's a Heaven Smoke coming out.
Still contact found, and now Flip wins his duel. Magic's up against Buster, and he's gone down too. VP set for success, and they know SDY's in Connector. There's going to be a wide open site, and it is open for business. And that's why the hesitance or the passive nature of the monster players.
James heard this.
He's got you dead to right, saved by the chain link fence for a second.
It might just
the end of that.
Yeah, it might even be save the armor and try and save the kit in the flash here. We haven't seen a huge amount of that so far, but it makes a lot of sense here, guys. If you are going to get locked out like this on the CT side, going for the retake and losing everything, not worth it. You're still going to get the loss bonus here on the CT side, and actually SDY, the door's going to swing on open behind you, my friend. He's heard it. Flit's not looking. The USP shot comes out, and the kill follows through. Kick it will pants SDY there, and it is just Chopper hoping to hold on to this kit. Now, if the armor existed on SDY and he didn't take any damage, for those of you unawares, he can get a bit of an upgrade into head armor cheaper, which is always nice to have on a force buy against, you know, the MAC-10s. And that's not going to be the case. So they do have a kit that might come into play here. But this is how it started. So a good one from Flit there on Tamir. That was a constant little jostle. Magic's trying to search back that space, and you can see all the fights here again, one at a time. That seems to be the theme of the day here. Isolated duels, the trade potential not there. And the force buy is through. So Degster will find himself with a scout. The rest are going to be upgrading into pistols, and they really seem to like the 5.7. We knew that there was going to be some people moving away from the Deagle with the close range nerf.
Also, Guest gives you an extra flash, and you're typically your armor Kevin Smoke. Armor Kevin Smoke? Armor Deegan Smoke. You get yourself a flashbang as well for the cheaper pistol.
They like this smoke fade here, but Kickit's passive line means he's likely aware.
He's been ready for this. He's been set up for this, and that's the crosshair placement of a god. Magic's just the tip of the head showing. Trims his luscious blonde locks.
Well, that's enough to get their bags packed and head over towards the A bomb site here. Quite the quick rotation, but Virtus.pro, well, they're heading over towards B. So Team Spirit gambling incorrectly here. Chopper, as he starts to search over towards A, is going to see that there is nobody home. And what's likely to happen here if Virtus.pro make their way into the B bomb site before the information is netted? Maybe there it is. They're going to rotate back on over, so they will be able to contest this. I thought it was likely to see just the save of these upgraded pistols, but they can jump on in and fight. Dexter will have to jump out of the heaven position. They're into the site. The flash ready for Monster, but it's all going to come down to the timing of this short push.
Yeah, and you have to remember who you're playing against here. VP, 30 seconds now. This is a perfect cue. Here it comes.
Flash.
Yeah, they're going to gobble it up. They're all white. Blind as bats, but still they strike Buster, the bodyguard. That should be it. Dexter just not got the weapon for the task, and yeah, Chopper. A consolation prize of sorts. The HE just taking down the perfect run from VP, but there's the 2-0, the convert, and a third now looms. VP to get this perfect start on their T side here of our third.
Yeah, and Spirit actually put themselves in the position to be as competitive as possible. Here you can see again, just a little bit of update of the B stream. Entropic leading the way, 5-3. Would be mental for Heroic not to get through there. They had Copenhagen Flames, and now they had Entropic. And those were the two teams they had to get through to make their way to the Legends stage. Look, I'm not saying those teams are slouches. They're here, but they're teams that the Heroic that we all know and love should be beating. Into B we go again.
A nice courtesy of VP just to speed on into the site, get their answers quickly. They'll confirm that the site is there, as they know there was a silly stacks somewhere that they didn't walk into. They didn't step on the landmine. All good. And 3-0. I guess in terms of priorities, what are you doing now if you're Spirit? You want to avoid the Mac 10?
You don't have to die, right? You literally don't have to die. It'd be nice to maybe get a couple of kills just to force reinvestment, but it's also great to, as you mentioned, to avoid the Mac 10 just so you don't. Here we go. Here's a fun little tank that they're setting up just with these USPs stacking on each other's heads. So finding a couple of naughty little angles. But yeah, you're happy just to lay down your guns here. Because if you VP, we can run a bonus round with this. It's unlikely there's going to be a whole lot of head armor on the other side for Spirit. So you could do something a little bit faster through connector, do a B hit with the Mac 10s. There's lots of opportunities. If you would like, you can even get James into the AWP that can be dropped across from your Kinder. He's going to have so much cash after this once the bomb goes off.
All right, well, an immaculate round. Peace treaty signed.
You wonder how many bullets were even fired in that one right there. Couldn't be a whole lot. But that's one of the easiest rounds you'll see in a while. Does look like James 6k does get out the AWP.
Yeah, spawn check on Dexter. It's not bad for the B side of the map, but he can see his intentions are clear. Whipping out his AWP and James equipped as well. This is one of the most enjoyable maps for a CT-sided AWPer to apply his trade.
Yeah, so many fallback angles for sure. Through the molly, James goes, the extinguish to help him on out there. And they didn't stay with the Mac 10s here. Full rifle buy here from VP, just to note. Don't want to rock that bonus whatsoever. And find the passive stance to A early. Now we're talking about the fallback lines that you would see traditionally. Maybe a bit of a smoke over towards the front of party, jump up, take a pot shot, move back to bathrooms, play from divider. Well, they've started from divider here, Dexter and SDY. And there's a timer on this eventually. And about now, you'll have to start to get a bit of a wriggle on to worry about this long walk. And your Kinder has taken so much space. We're looking at a minute 15 on the clock. He's already walked all the way up. Absolutely no contact here whatsoever. Traditionally, a B rotator would come back over to deal with one of the two positions, but they're going to be stuck right now. Your Kinder's about to swing on out.
Yeah, the timing of this could be perfect. I don't think SDY is anticipating a fight like this. He does deal with it. That's round defining, and it wasn't Buster. So perhaps bad info if they do assume it's clear when the contact's found on B. He could get the dankest of flanks. A hard clear required if they wanted to answer that question, but no, SDY averts his gaze, and Buster has an inkling. The jump peak. Ah, there you are. The balaclava spotted. Buster booked, and SDY has saved Team Spirit here.
That's huge. SDY's having a game. Had a fantastic ancient, now early impact felt. That's his first 2 kills.
Limping in now are the remaining 3. Oof, at least flashed off. Magic's spotted out on the sandbags. He's hard committed to that. He has got
What's your favorite 4-letter word, Alex?
Ah, kill?
No, save.
Oh.
Quite the opposite to kill here in this scenario. So VP don't want to take any risks right now. Don't want to lose the extra investments they made. Are playing the long game. We'll concede this one to the 2 kills of SDY. And good awareness. You know, that looked like it was your Kinders. You could just see at the quickness they were doing that. That window, that imaginary window of timing that comes on through, peer around the corner. A lot of players, right, in that situation would jiggle for the longer peak, but he's jiggled for the close peak, exactly like that. So very good stuff.
Yeah, and the presence of mind as well to consider the second.
Well, you're right when you said it wasn't Buster. That's what they're thinking too. It wasn't the usual suspect here. So crossing the T's, dotting the I's, the prep pays off in a big way, but back we go. This time Dexter more aggressive.
The flash enough to deter him. Not sticking around, not going to actively contest for it, and I think a component of that is that SDY is busy right now. He's got the loud flip in the underpass, keeping his attention drawn elsewhere. Yakinda is partnered up once again, this time a threesome. And run boosting long early, very early. James can peek behind it as the crosshairs are drawn, but no one's home. And you can see they're rejigging. They know what's up. By they, of course, referring to Team Spirit. SDY once again in retrieval of that. He could be caught out had he continued to jump for that intel, but it seems actually they're willing to take a bit of a gamble here.
Interesting. This is actually a huge gamble. They've put so much pressure on Dexter here, and VP are one of these teams who really do have an affinity for using long. A lot of other teams either just do B hits or go for bathroom walks. And Dexter, he gets a chance, but he's about to be swung on from behind. Here's Yakinda again.
He's got no help, and he's not even addressing the possibility.
Whoa!
Okay, SDY again, somehow saving the boys. Dexter can't believe his luck, and he gets to contribute at least a little more. SDY humbled. Bomb long, rotate on, Dexter down, and this surely is VP back to their winning ways. Magix and Mir giving it a good go.
It's a flash.
He's through. Spotted out, admittedly. Buster and James still lingering on the site, and now it's all on to Mir, and he's had a chunk bitten out of him from Buster. Leaves him very susceptible to just a single bullet. And James doesn't miss those. VP, great response, and almost a similar call. Not deterred by the successes of SDY previous.
Yeah, they find the success through long, and you have to be just scratching your head if you're Yikinda. You're thinking, I'm getting away with all this space, I'm getting the timings right, and I'm still not winning these fights. But luckily this time around, Buster gets 2, right? He got Chopper, and then he took down that of SDY. And you can see how much of a difficult position that puts somebody like Dexter in. So that is the shot there onto Chopper, and a great one onto SDY. Blistering stuff from Buster there, even got himself a 3rd. You can see a timeout has been called. This one will be a VP timeout, surprisingly, here. Now, it is unusual to see, you know, after winning a round to go for this, but if they can set themselves up in a strong position with another good call, they can break any money that Team Spirit have going forward. And you can see, as part of this buy, Chopper has already had to go down to an MP9. Dexter gets his big green. The rest have the rifles, and they've all gone for one of their own.
Yeah, Yikinda's had some incredible opening kill stats over the course of this major. So far, of course, we just saw those 2 attempts fall flat. 3rd map, everything to play for. And the CTs are ready to rock and or roll. MP9, a sacrifice willing to make.
Well, this doesn't look like it has as much early intention to it. Out the gates here from VP. No pressure towards long, it's just the default spread flit. Quite aggressive up in connector here, and hearing the util on the other side. As SDY does fall back, James here to assist on the lockdown of connector, and now they're turning their attention back towards the B bomb side, and it is looking to be the right call because SDY, Dexter, and Chopper have all been locking down A with a 3-man defense. That's put pressure on Mira and Magix, who have been standing on their lonesome here for about 45 seconds.
And you can see they are really like taunting the CTs here, keeping them guessing. Kickert has thrown 2 Molotovs, indicating there's a presence at Monster, and just as you start to think we should be batting down the hatches on B, Buster smokes up and walks up on Party and Toilets. So with 50 seconds left, they've made the right call this time. It was a misread from Spirit in the previous, of course, isolating just the 1 man on the site, a late rotation from SDY, but they've been smoked again, Chad.
Yeah, that's going to be fading.
That's the last one.
Yeah, at about 25 seconds, though. So it's usually enough time for VP to operate with, and now they're lining up their execute as Buster is selling that fake on the other side of the map.
It is a 4 versus 3. The numbers favoring VP. The pop flash is great. Still pulls the trigger, still hits the shot. Dexter does enough. Magic's tested, though. Low HP. Doesn't stop James. Buster and James now are all running out of support, and he's on the way out of there. 10 seconds, call that a save if he can. Ooh, and re-peeking. The Tracers do not push him away, and they're not going to be pushing for the hunt either.
Yeah, they can just let him hold on to this. It's the classic with James here, and even drop a gun going forward, James. So a nice round there from Team Spirit. They didn't give away any opening picks. They just had to sit back and wait for VP to go for the late play. And you can see when teams, they want to keep Monster smoked exactly like that. I think we had at least 4 smokes coming into the Monster position for Team Spirit as part of their defense. But good stuff from Magix. And even better from Chopper there on that flank. Awares of the tricks, right? That's a game that you didn't even really get to see play out. But Chopper was aware that Buster could be lingering around. 3-man A defense again here from Team Spirit. So they're thinking maybe VP will go back to what worked for them before. That long presence. Yikinda, Buster, James, all perched and ready. Smoke from Buster now towards the front of bathrooms. Kickert is already leaving the backyard of B. And this is the space. It's going to be a molly towards Divider. Standard utility here to garner some control.
Yeah, it really hinges on Chopper here. And Yikinda looking for an opening, and again, grey screened. Comes through the smoke, not expecting Chopper right up in his grill.
The big risk to take right there. And not to know that there was that 3-man hold.
Out and about. Dexter can count on Chopper to keep the banana side clear, and so can focus now firmly on this long position. It's likely that the The boost will be pre-aimed by Dexter. It's not something he's going to be caught out off by and Chopper. He's got Jane dead to right. Another 1-by-1. The single file VPs returns to the fray. Here's Flit next on the menu. Deals with it. Nice work on a Galil VVM4. That's the boost we were talking about, and he does connect, admittedly, just through the corner.
30 seconds.
Nade could be brilliant. Oh, what a dunk.
It's a save. Kind of sucks all of the excitement out of the room here, but 20 seconds left, a 2-on-4 situation. I guarantee you they're being told to save. As much as you'd love to see them try and push the issue, it doesn't make any sense. So Spirit are getting these rounds easily. Like, think about the first round. They go, SDY gets 2 kills, they win the round. Right? This one right here, the kills came, you're right, one at a time again, but that has been a common thread throughout all 3 of these maps, that when it does just spread out into defaults, the trade potential isn't there. Yukinda's death in this round, you're hoping conditioning pays off, that nobody's watching that smoke, that they think that you're going for that long walk, so the eyes are going to be probably on the planter pot or somebody, you know, a little bit deeper long watching so that you can just walk on through. But no, not at all. Not to be the case. VP stomach a loss. They do save 2 rifles at least, and I think you'd like to see them go for a bit of a buy behind all of this. Flit. Okay, interesting decisions making here going on. There's 2 Glocks. There's a P250. The AK, the AWP are out. How far can they really make these saves go? VP seem to just throw all logic of the economy, like in the way that I understand it, out the window, right? They put so much on their individuals to make something happen with these just few investments. And I know that they were from the previous round, but you know, that you could have an all-in behind this. Yukinda and Buster could have fully invested here.
Yeah, Kikit's Kev is new.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, yeah. Anyway, it's here nor there within the context of this round right now. The flow-on effects we felt later, but there we go. Saved or opening kill. Very quiet, isn't it? There's no spamming. The info plays are few and far between. Here's one of them. Chopper could actually ruin the day.
The party flank is one of the most juicy when you round that corner and see those backs turned. He's not going to catch that timing. Little hesitant. And at that 30-second mark, you know there's a lot of damage to be done here. And that was James. That was the hero AWP, and that's enough information to know the rotate's on its way. Get yourself over there. Mir is in the bank. Dexter pockets some cash of his own. And he's ready for some close quarters shot. That is a quick scope to Buster's belly. And he finishes it with pizzazz as well. Dexter's online, folks, and that's a threat for the rest of the CT half.
Yeah, beautiful stuff there. Some nice shooting and obviously just dealing with that. And now you can see what I'm talking about, where the economy finds itself. Flit and Kicker just sitting there going, are we buying Bust? Because the best I can do right now is maybe a pistol with some util, a MAC-10 if you'd like. The other 3 can get themselves into some AKs, but we'll show you this one again. Dexter just pivoting around the dice box, gap in the smoke. You love to see it. And then the swing on out with the USP. He ain't afraid of nothing. And it will be that buy. So 2 Tech 9s and 3 AK-47s. It's not a full buy, but it is an all-in. I don't know if they're not going back to the long play either. They're hoping that that has stuck with Team Spirit, and it hasn't. They're a bit more dynamic here. They're actually more concerned about a B hit quickly. 4 players leaning there early. You just have that one man of Dexter patrolling, and more smokes being lined up towards Monster here. So many bullets through that door. On a massive hole in it.
With the bomb and underpass, it's indicative that they have the ability to commit either way. You got your rifles heading long side. The door, I mean, it's not blown off. There's still a sound cue attached to it, but it's dilapidated.
Well, they are going for that long presence again. So Buster's going to get flashed in. That will be heard, right? So they have a good idea what projects VP are working on right now. They actually have 3 players over towards A, and there you go. That's a smoke to deny information for the CTs. If they boost over, they can get that immediately back. The responses to all of this util. Hello, pops on out. Sector clear, nothing to worry about.
And Dexter's response is very aggressive.
They're rotating B, they know. They're rotating B.
They're up. The flashes indicate, and oh, Dexter did catch a whiff of Buster, but there's 3 rotated in nicely. Magix does get into the barrel's position. It's a powerful one behind that smoke. James going to be gray screen coming through. The flash is good though. He doesn't have the vision, but still James doesn't either. Even trades up to kick it now on the retrieval. Does go down. Mir reveals himself. It's up to that bomb plant. Yakinda's gone, and that bomb plant unlikely. He hasn't been checked. Dexter saves the day. It really could have got awkward for a second there, but Buster's the last to fall, and Spirit passed their test. That's a triple out of Mir. He's been the B defender, untested up to now, but delivers when it matters most.
Again, it's information, right? It's so powerful, and all of these responses, right? This is what we're talking about when we're talking about the theory of Counter-Strike. Okay, they've thrown the smoke. What's our response? We need to boost over. We need the information. Do we just sit and wait and get executed on? No. We boost over. We call it clear. We can see that VP aren't up to their usual tricks. They're not going for their A execute through long. They're back to B, and the rotation's there in more than enough time. Flit does a great job with that Tech 9, but again, it's not a full buy for VP, right? We're talking about light on util, light on weaponry, light on something. Now they will be taking... Well, actually, I don't think they're taking... I think it is a technical timeout here. I don't see the counter heading on down, and I don't see the lips moving just yet. So we can see the admin down the end of the row with SDY again. Plagued by problems, Mr. SDY.
Yeah, he has been. And I mean, we had to give credit to him as well for managing to keep his head in the game to the point where he's dropping 29 after having a PC changed and chopped in the middle of it. You know, how do you talked about how hard it can be just as the other players keeping your head in the game. Never mind having to bloody drag your config back in and get it all set up and ready to go.
There's so many like mental checks you have to go through with that stuff. Now, I know that you and I had the luxury of talking to multiple players over at the RMR event about the way that they set up. Some of them are particular, some of them aren't. I think you guys would be surprised to know that the likes of Zywu and Device aren't relatively particular. Like, they have little things, like the way that they like to sit or where they put their monitor, but the other things are, yeah, just throw the mouse pad down here and, you know, just kind of like settle into it, right? So everybody has different ways of doing it. If you all remember Flusher, he used to warm up for games by looking at his major medals in the game. So
just stroking it with his mouse, I remember.
Yeah, so everybody has different ways of going about things, but right now I'll give you all another secondary stream update. James and Dan are currently bringing you all the action over there. It is the third map between Heroic and Entropic. It is a 2-1 game, similar to the fashion we find ourselves in here, and on that third map of Mirage, the first half fell in favor of Entropic, and the scoreline currently reads 12-4 in favor of Entropic. So Heroic, yeah.
They've only got one life left, Dan, if they lose this one.
They only managed 4 CT-sided rounds, Heroic, on Mirage. You got a question, how did we get here?
Wow.
Yeah, it's not looking good at all.
So it's like Heroic are doing the reverse Astralis.
Yes, the reverse. But I wish, look, I think, yeah, I'm not certain.
Win the best of ones, lose the best of threes.
I wish that we could find ourselves in a position where it was Astralis versus Heroic tomorrow in a 2-2. I don't know if that's possible.
If
it might be, but that would be so good.
I would, yeah, that would be euphoric for the storyline. That really would. But Heroic, yeah, losing best of 3 and doing it to Copenhagen Flames as well. It doesn't get much more brutal than that. Losing to the rising stars of the region that you're looking to become the kings of.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Are there any matchups that... Oh, we're getting the fist bumps back in. I was about to get talking about some more filler content, but maybe we'll save that one for a later moment.
A rainy day.
Yes. But here we go. Freeze time ticket on down, and the pistols are out for VP here, and I can count 2 Deagles at the moment, a Tech 9 for Flit, a P250 for Kickit, and Jame, while he wants to save all his dollary dues for the AWP. Got 2 smokes and a flash, so let's see what that going to facilitate here. I just want to make a couple of notes as well. See with Chopper's position as he pushes... sorry, it was SDY's position. Sorry, Observer team. As he pushes up aggressively like that to the top of the connector position, he can actually hear any stampeding footsteps down through connector, right? So grabs a couple of early sound cues there.
Yeah, similar to like someone running to donut and pressing their ear in the map too.
But this is going to be one of these slower eco rounds from VP, and you can tell by the spread of the map here, right? You've got one player over towards backyard of B, you've got one in connector, you've got your Kinder working his way up long, and then you have one hovering back with the bomb over towards Fountain, and obviously the likes of Buster as well working his way up through the bathroom. So this is the type of round where you hope the players with the Deagles, Buster and your Kinder, can find some spicy headshots. That's the only way in.
It doesn't get much more spicy than taking on Dexter's AWP with a Desert Eagle.
They are very passive on the side, so it's aware. This is telling me they're aware that they're up against an eco round.
Yeah, some info for you. Buster. It's been spotted out. And the whole squad's getting ready to rotate. There's not been a whisper, not a flash, not a peep out of the B side of the map. And so you can see that they're pulling very, very far back. It's going to be off the go of Kiket's flash, the only nade they have. And here we go. Footsteps are heard. Angles are held. And here comes the rain of T players starting to lose lives. Flips the first to fall. The bomb denied.
Clean. All right, well, one death there. Yukinda gets something on the way out the door, but mission accomplished otherwise. They made them use the majority of their nades, like a couple of mollies, a couple of flashes held onto, but they have to reinvest. The bank, it's okay for Spirit, right? There's enough for a few of them to go for multiple buys going forward, so 15-4 now. Dearie me, this is... Heroic are getting destroyed. A 15-4 scoreline. That's, woof. All right.
I mean, they got 16-7 by the Flames. This will be the biggest loss they've conceded.
Yikes. All right, well, here we go. Couple of consecutive rounds needed for VP here. They're trying their luck over towards A again. James finds himself down to 20 HP before even seeing anybody.
Is that the incendiary nade combo?
Yeah.
Door naded off. Flit immediately paranoid. Yeah, well, there's an indicator for you, and it's a very deep one. Gets it sorted out.
Thing is, he has to take space while that smoke is up.
Oh, lovely. The bait and switch. Orb shot fired. You believe you've got a little space to seize. Chopper laughs at you, and I can't believe it, but SDY goes, look at the trade potential was brief.
Oh.
He's got him. The last bullet of the mag. Flit sticks around. He wants to fight through that panel, and it's taken their advantage and thrown it in the bin.
Yeah, maybe giving himself a little bit too much credit there. Old Flip, spamming back, trace of fire. Goes on down and... Oh, Dexter. Just brought a little supply drop of a smoke here to keep Monster on lock. Yukinda pushed all the way up towards A, so if he can find the timing and slip on through and towards the backlines, they could go for a B split here. James down through connector, needs to regroup with his team. And now this is guesswork right here for VP. They do have the space, but are they going to make the right decision?
Chopper
because
can
look
ruin
at Chopper,
everything.
look at him now.
Spotted out. There we have it. Now VP a real shot at this one. Back firmly in control. Round 11. Set for a fifth. VP have the sight. That nade could have
He didn't get it down. He didn't get it down. 7 seconds.
4 needs to be punching now. Dexter's got it. Dexter's not got it. Oh, it's a win. VP have absolutely dropped the ball there.
Just by faking the plant from James. He faked the plant. He didn't go for it, and he was the player on low HP. The heat-seeking missile of the HE saved until the last second.
Bitter round to concede there.
Put that one, stack that one on top of the Magic's 1-on-3 and the SDY 1-on-3 from the previous map. That was a 3v4, 3v5 situation that they really shouldn't have had a chance in, but they made the right move.
Chopper's death would have been highlighted as the round-winning death.
Yeah. Oh, dearie me. Okay, VP up struggle street now. 7-4 the score reads. The guns are back out. They need to change this conversation.
Yeah, and Yukinda would be a component of that. This is the T side. This is where he does his dirty work. This is where he does his best work. Kick it. Sound cue heard as he is penetrated by the smoke. Bit uncomfortable. Yukinda looking to penetrate this site. Ready. The B site defenders do go down. Knocks her head off the shoulders. This is more like it. Completely opens the site for business. They're going towards it. They're having a little look, throwing a nade for good measure, but starting to recede now. Trying to make it a little bit more costly, perhaps.
They can definitely do damage to the economy here. Like we mentioned before that the cash for Spirit, it wasn't, maxed out to 16, but it was definitely enough for a couple of consecutive buys in a row. Fluid's already starting to look on the hunt here, so you need to be careful if you are VP, because SDY and Dexter are still within the distance. About 15 seconds now left on that bomb. Dexter peeling back. SDY not going to get any gifts here. There's a smoke. There's a... Oh, no kit. Never mind. Don't you worry about that. It will just be the save. Unable to do any financial damage on the way out the door. And there you go. Bomb goes off. And 5 rounds. But that was quite the switch up, right? It was pacey.
Now, I've done some loose, brief attempts to work out the possibilities of how we see a heroic Astralis in the 2-2s.
Oh, it can happen?
It can.
Oh, yes.
Tyloo and Mouse would have to win.
Well, I predicted Tyloo.
Okay.
So the Mouse Sports win is actually pretty likely as well. The Tyloo one, not so much. That was just a Hail Mary attempt. But okay, so there is a possibility.
There's a world.
Imagine that.
I know.
The Danes would be... Oh, who are you going to pick? Well, I think I know who most are going to pick.
We've been really good boys for 2 years. Why can't Santa give us a gift?
Yeah, an early one. Give it to us. Stakes couldn't be higher, could they? Well, aggression now. Dexter pushes on out. Still a good T-half so far from VP. I thought if they got stalled out on 4 and found themselves in 11-4, half, not great, but here you go. The pace is changing a little bit here. You can see a bit more space, a few more liberties being taken from VP. They're looking a bit quicker. Yeah, they're double AWP in here, so SDY is in a prime position. Chopper's there to back him up. The timer on long is present, so see what Chopper spots. James, ooh, catches a glimpse of him, but Chopper did too. An equivalent exchange. He does tuck in tight and holds long from Optimus. Undeterred. Look at these flashes. He just holds his nerve, holds his spot. The flank's coming in. One to delay, draw attention away. Flit at least trades, but there's the kicker. Good awareness from Mir. Not going to give it up without a fight. They're paused now. They're kind of held at bay. Arm's length, spinning their fists, but finding nothing. A smoke to stop that rotate gets a bit weird now for VP. The thing is, you can't go down through connector right now if you're VP. You have to go towards A unless you're willing to concede and go all the way back through T spawn. So stubbornness now, as this A bomb site is the only place that they can turn their attention. A single flash in a 4-on-4 with 30 seconds. VP's advantage is disintegrated with that death of Yakinda. Not going to be easy here. What you got, Buster? Baits the shot, hits the head. That's brilliant. And Dexter's missed his chance now. VP have a real opportunity. It's up to Flit, and he delivers as well. VP to close this gap. Great recovery and keeping a cool head on their shoulders in a very trying time. And now we do have to really see the save from Spirit, right? Earlier you're thinking it's not the end of the world, but right now definitely has to come on through. The loss bonus going into the next round of play is only going to see them netting 1,900. So for the tail end of this CT side for Spirit, where they've done their best work in this series so far, they're not going to be looking good whatsoever. Yeah. And even with Mir applying all that pressure, right, you're going to sit there, you think it to yourself, okay, well, we know that they have to come towards A. They had 3 players over towards the A site, and Buster again. Look, we highlighted Kicker on that CT side of Ancient. He was doing a great job. We have to highlight Buster here on this T half. Now, he does only have 9 kills to his name, but every time that he's gone through long, he's found some form of impact here, and that opening kill to get them into the site, big stuff from him. Yeah, you're light on util. Yeah, you're light on time, and it's him that steps up. He knows he's got a shadow disadvantage. What does he do? He tightens his jiggle to the point where he baits shots before showing an inch of his flesh and then swings wide for an important headshot. Flit delivered as well. I mean, Chopper at 10 seconds, if he just knocked that bomb out of his hands, it's chaos, it's pandemonium. So they're flying by the seat of their pants, but they are getting there. Classic VP style, really. That's what they love. You know, the pressure on, the pressure at an all-time high. There's the extinguish. Back out they go. The buy has been made to work, and an aid caught by Buster this time round. You can see intentions in the fact that... Oh, never mind. I misread. I thought Buster had the bomb on his back. Flit not going to surely fall foul to Mir's wallbang again. He's been humbled by the previous death. A very loud Buster off the slide, playing around in the playground. Chopper could be booked here. Oh, yes. And Yakinda's not going to let an opportunity like that go awry. Looking for a gap closer now. VP have that man advantage and the bomb loose, so they're just going to slowly take that space away from the CT's process of elimination to their commitment. They'd love to smoke off the toilets, but it might just be a question of Buster clearing it with his eyes. But we know where he prefers to be. And so grouping up for info. You've got a lot of responsibility on the shoulders of Dexter here. He's actually going looking. This is a one-man mission now. There is 0 support for this AWP. He wants answers. Yakinda's unwilling to give them to him. A 2-man patient hold of VP's long. And Dexter, I mean, he knows he's on a timer, but he's just holding his nerve. He's pushing forward here. Oh, they spotted him out. He's in trouble. A lot of trouble. Can't track him. Big death to concede. Now VP, 2 men to the good. Is there any way they can disrupt this plant? seconds. Looking good. Looking very good. SDY left to his own devices. A full squad up against him.
And VP, yeah, really tightening up towards the tail end of this half. This is a third in a row.
Good luck here, SDY. You really want to be getting away with a save here, but any of these peaks could be a problem. Has found one, doesn't need to find another 4, and the bomber's already ticked past 15 seconds. It's now just a matter of survival. And he's going to go too, so not a whole lot. It's going to be a very, very slim amount of cash to throw into the last round of play here on the CT side for Team Spirit. And for their confidence sake, they've lost the last 3 on the trot. You'd love to get one just to get the half win, just to get that confidence going into the second half of play. The investments, you can just see how light they're going to be here. A scout for Dexter. The 5.7s come back out again. Magix and Mira have at least found themselves with rifles in their hands of the M4A4 and FAMAS varieties. And then there will be SDY operating with the Swag 7. Now, I think SDY might have to take a risk here and actually head on down into Connector quite aggressively. That's exactly what he's opted to do. Coming his way, Flit bowls one in his direction. It chips him away. Light damage done, and aid in exchange will not find anything whatsoever. But it gives information as Yakinda can work off the back of that. The scout tag misses. The space taken, and Yakinda thrust forward on this, really starting to turn the screws.
Yakinda's conceded 4 opening deaths so far on this T side, and this will be his 3rd opening kill. Good find and immediate response. There's a lot of space now for Spirit. Happy to have confirmed that the monster side of the map is very passively held. They know Kicker is not going to be abandoning that part of the map lightly. And it's up to the James Dexter head-to-head. Oh, okay. Scary stuff for Dexter. He knows he's got them knocking on his long doors. There's no doors involved, excuse me. Buster still stubborn about long.
He just loves it, doesn't he? Like, this is a fight that shouldn't favor him, but he's been making it work.
Good luck, Dexter. Oh, gets the information and kick it. Did clear it. Doesn't spot him. Chopper camouflaged enough to convert. And here comes the commit. Mira and Magix will have to do something brilliant here, and that's the bomb now loose. Cancel that, cancel their plans, looking to win the half. Flit's miles away. He was supposed to be the final component.
Flit, you have to start running. The bomb's down. You have 15 seconds. I don't know if anybody's let you know how long it takes. The round is over. The round is over. It's an 8-7 in favor. There's 9 seconds. What are we doing, dude?
And 8.
All right, well, playing for stats. That's a kill without a death right there. So good stuff for Flit to add that one into the column. But yeah, didn't even really attempt to win that round. I know it would have meant he had to run, but to win the round, he would have had to have run. So all falling apart for VP there, and you can see the difference when it's a bit more jarring, when Spirit are able to find themselves and infiltrate into the bathrooms and the backlines, they can make things awkward. But not a lot of kills. You can really tell how many saves we've had in this first half, right? The highest amount of frags we have on any individual is Buster with 11. Then it's Flit at 10. And one of the kills there he got to get that 10th was a nothing frag, so it's still going to count. This definitely doesn't hold anywhere near as much weight, but here we go. As close as you can be. 8-7 scores.
So much on the line here as well. Like you've battled through teams exactly like VP. RMR after RMR. 2 years in the waiting to get yourself to that main event. The top 16 looms. That's when the prize pool kicks in.
Pretty classic.
And yeah, couldn't really be closer in the third map. An 8-7 half game on. SDY starts as he means to go on. Post his 8th. Down goes Buster.
This is how it started in the first half with Flit getting the kill on Tamir in similar fashion, and that is a bullet that's a goose. Yakinda down to 10 HP. So much damage done over towards B. SDY, he's actually going for the fight, and he will get it. This is huge from SDY. The 3rd kill, it's on the plate. He's unable to finish his meal and kick it. He gets away with it, but right now it's a 3v4.
Yeah, okay. James and Flit are in the right place. Warming up the USPs, but look how quick. They're just overwhelming them. The numbers advantage is felt. Last man's kicker, he's been heard, and he's dead. Magix with the dunk. A great layup, though, from SDY.
Yeah, the fact that he gets the first kill is phenomenal, but the goosh on the next bullet onto Yakinda is immaculate. That is some fantastic shooting from SDY. Now, I know it didn't look that way on kicker, but I'd already done all the hard work. Don't you worry. You just thought I'll leave something for the rest of you boys.
And doing the classic reload wiggle. Pulls it out. Rare to see that one get away with that at a tier 1 level.
Okay, very conservative here from VP. We've been talking about teams on the CT side. They love to go for the force buy to try and get on top of that economy. They've gone for what is essentially here the full economical round. They've done a monster smoke from spawn. That's it. The rest of them are just onto these USPs. So they're going for the B stack. Next round, they will probably operate with Jame on his scout and everybody else on rifles and do it as a bit of a budget gun round. And you can see the buy from Team Spirit as well. Theirs might reflect exactly that because they've all gone for AKs, Galils, or scouts themselves. Fast up long. Very similar looks between these two teams and the territory that they like to take. But the in-game leader of Chopper leading the charge up long in the rotation like a snail. Not wanting to make any sound cues. They're running now. They're not going to get there in time. And a flash to facilitate would be great.
No such luck. Mir gets a shooting gallery towards the bin. It's just the one. I'm hearing some damage.
Got a
Like
Galil.
could finish the job.
Okay,
it's
now.
getting awkward here. Holding his nerve a little too much.
This was just USPs.
Dexter, that's the bomb. They get an E-code here, Chad. Rifles, Galils, falling short of the mark. They need to recover the greeter. Jame wants the scout caught out now up to Buster. He's got a shot here, and SDY low. About to be touched to an even lower. Buster unable to finish it. VP nearly pulling this eco out, and they're going to go around the world, or round to the Optimus at least. Now bomb planted. Yekindar would have loved to have caught them off. That low HP player SDY is still within his crosshairs realm. He's a quick scope. SDY, nice angle adopted. He saved them there. He has bailed them out of trouble. Like, dare I say it, important frags on the anti-eco.
I have a couple of questions that I need to ask, almost for both teams in a way, but maybe more so for VP because there was a Galil available as well. Buster got the initial kill, picks up the Galil, gets the kill with the Galil. Where did he throw it after that? Because he picked up the AK. So if he threw it over the fence, maybe it wasn't retrievable, but they could have had two rifles. You saw your Kinder operating with a USP there. That wasn't essential, but anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going to get back onto regular programming. AKs for almost everybody. One Galil for Chopper.
Yeah, and your Kinder, the sacrificial lamb.
Oh, he dropped the AWP. They just take turns being Sanji now.
Yes, the mix-up.
Oh, they're away. And look, if you're going to put all your eggs in the Jane basket here and he brings out the AWP, he has to get you a kill. And if he doesn't get you a kill, he has to save it to try again in the next round. So they really try and set, well, Jane really tries to set himself up a lot here. Now they've identified the AWP. They quickly scamper back over towards the B bomb site. There's enough utility here to see them go for a decent execute over towards that side of the map. And they've actually got quite the open runway to do so. In a buy like this, and the setup that I'm seeing from VP right now, if they don't start to move more aggressively into this defense, it might even just be the save call because there's not a defuse kit. They're already light on retake utility, and the bomb site is being taken away from them every second they wait.
Yeah, unless Heaven and Graffiti both find a frag now, prior to the plant, which is looking more and more unlikely as Kickit takes one to the dome. Space taken. Dump in their util. They're looking for a boost, and the unarmored Yakinda's been found. The boost spearheaded, and now their economy's in jeopardy. Jame holding his line. He's sticking around. He wants to take something. Surely the priority has to be maintaining those weapons into the next round. 18, though, is Team Spirits.
Yeah, it looked that way. Like, as soon as they identified where the AWP was, they just went to the other bomb site. Okay, all right, Jane, we know where you are. We're going to go execute.
Did he fire a shot?
Yeah, I think he took a shot, right?
Okay, I wasn't, because that was something I was considering. Is I don't know whether or not he did. I know Yakinda was jumping and Chopper tagged him through the smoke, but regardless.
Wait, Mir's going to take it all the way. Mir's going to take it all the way. That's the AWP gone. I said they had to hold on to that. Yeah, the AWP is gone, and Buster might be too.
Buster. Oh, they know, and they do deny it all. Only kick it. Maybe he can save the AWP.
Get the AWP, get the AWP, get the AWP, get the AWP. Whew. Wiped the sweat off the brow right there. How the hell did that happen? I just looked up at the screen, and Mir has infiltrated the backlines.
He had the freedom of that movement, let off the leash. Works wonders. I mean, that's like a mini round win in itself, denying the save, at least the majority of it. You get to keep track of how these ones went down. Yeah, that's the frag that ended it all. Mir catches Jane. Bit late on his rotate out. He wanted to stick around, was concerned of that hunt.
Yeah, but they could have had 3 rifles.
They could have.
And then they ended up with 2. And that was with Kickit dropping one and then reinvesting into another here. So this is when I watch VP and I just get confused. And here we go. They're fast. James already heard them. Look how quick they're on this. They're just walking in.
Yeah, that is mad. And as he peeks, there goes the Jame AWP. All that hard work, not for naught. Now a chance on the CZ. The AWP's in play. Buster delivers instead. In lieu of Jame, Buster is present. They are looking to take space, but so is Buster. Cognizant that that's a possibility.
Good molly.
Very long-range molly. He's got a strong arm on him, hasn't he? Has the chopper. Smokes the bank. And Flit doesn't hesitate. He sticks around. It's undetermined as to where that goes. A little bit of a gap that Chopper will have to be cautious of. He's tucked in APC.
Just to note here, SDY does have a second wave of utility he can drop in similar fashion, right? He can drop another smoke and another Molotov. It doesn't even have to be in the same positions, and you can see him lining that up now. So the fact that Chopper has these forward positions means if you're Buster and you want to take a risk to get into the site...
He has vision, though. I mean, it's a safe dice plant. It's not going to really give him, net him too much. Flit scooped up an AK-47 for his attempt. Now, there is no kit.
It looks like they want to go for this. Smoke for the bomb, flashes to get them out. There is a chance, but it is a 10-second defuse.
They're both opting for a toilet side, so this smoke, I mean, it could cause some chaos here. They go for the 10-second. You can get the AWP on top of it. Yes, this is scary. A 10-second hold. 10-second. I hope you remember where you're planted, boys. 5 seconds. Running light on time. SDY confirms the defuse with the impact of the nade. That's nice.
No time.
And that's the round one. They save it. A nice attempt from VP to try and make the 2v2 threatening, and it was. But 12 secured. Spirit touching distance now of the Legend stage.
They even deny the AWP. One can still be bought here from Jame, but they get to carry that one across for Degster here. And they're going to be in a much better position. I don't think I can remember more than 3 rounds in this entire map so far where VP have had like full buys, like with everything, with all the bells and whistles. Maybe 4, right? It's not a whole lot of rounds where they've had everything that they possibly desire. Kits, armor, everything. They just haven't had it.
Really close to going awry there. A valiant attempt, and oh my god, that's a lot of early damage, and Jame boosted up. That's info.
Quick again. They really like getting up this SAM position.
Whoa! I haven't seen that one. Dexter with the counter wall bang. Doesn't even hesitate.
It was destined.
That is love. I mean, that's one very stylish way to equalize an early man disadvantage. Okay,
well, it was a good looking start for VP now, but once again, there's an avenue that's been taken, and Buster, well, he light long on that T side. Guess what, Chopper? He likes going up through the bathrooms. He's already front side. He might even catch a Kinder.
He's going to hear him. Hello. Hello. Oh, and goodbye, Chopper.
It was so noisy. It was like a bull in a bloody china shop there, and he still swings on out for the kill. The awareness of your Kinder, great.
Oh, he's had a lot for the boys here.
Can he do it again? Are you going to jump peek again?
They are going long. He's exposed to it. And they will find him. He was so worried and concerned about the walk-up. Now it's Kicket's responsibility. This can go either way. And Flash ain't bad. Kicket will have to turn. He just swallows it. Jame has saved him. He lives on. Advantage VP. SDY making a bit of a fuss. What adjustment! Knocks off the head of Buster. He knows where you are, and he's tagged up Jame. The 2 AWPers duking it out. James missed his. Dexter's just a little better. 13 for Spirit. This is a crazy third map. The rounds, though, they are lined for Spirit. And a one-on-one, how poetic. Dexter bests him.
What a round from Dexter, though, right? That's how it opened on up. Then Dexter gets this one, just bang, straight through to the head of Flit right there. The shot that he gets here on your Kinder on the side, just completely unawares that Long's even an issue. And then you get SDY with the 2 up-close and personal kills. The molly's down, Jame has to move, and Dexter hits the shot. You'd be getting fired up about that one right there. And again, VP are going to limp in with the best they have. You're going to see the M4, the Famouses. You're not going to be able to get the AWP out for Jame. The best thing that he can get here is a scout, but this is why it's so strange watching VP. Jame is going to go into a round where the rest of his team have all in, and he is going to go with a CZ, Kevlar, and a smoke. He is playing to have the AWP in the next round while the rest of his team are buying in this round.
Yeah, there's a reason that VP are an enigma to many, and a very unique presence in our Counter-Strike world. So much faith and deviations from the norm in pursuit of that AWP for Jame. 13-7. You're on the ropes. You're battered and bloody. The towel's in your coach's hands. He's thinking about throwing it in. But that still is a priority. All right, game time. Everyone fully invested, bar one. Yekinder actively looking for info on long. Doesn't get much on the jump, but will concede after the flash. Gives it up. Rotates are being floated. Flit to back up Yekinder, a three-man stack of this B defense. And Spirit slowly, methodically working on a four-man toilets walk.
They've already grabbed control, right? So they just have to deal with Yekinder. And Flit it has floated back across, but we've been talking about one by one. Well, here they come again. Line up, not there. Damage done. Molly corrals him back. Smoke to deny. Flash to help him get on out of dodge, but there's so much pressure.
Chopper. Oh, I could have had a real opener there.
Oh, and they fully rotated. SDY's just walked on him, playing the number game perfectly. SDY has been magnificent. He just needs to get the space and the kill.
Oh no, Kickert. Kicking himself. Doesn't convert. The rotates in. It's really resting on Buster here if he can delay. Everyone aware of where the final intentions of that bomb will go. Mir, late with it. Having a problem. SDY would need another one of those crackers. Buster Graffiti will catch that short fight if he chooses to take it. Is SDY responsible? But there he goes. Buster's got the nade, a strong arm. Bomb down. Mir catches it. Even lower now. Lives on. 15 points of health and a dream man advantage for VP, and they need this one. James has equipped himself with a recovered rifle. But Dexter's is still filling the feed. 25 and counting. Kit absent. Do you go? It has to be now. Util fades. Dexter bides his time. Magix has struck. Dexter playing for his life now, you'd think, but just plucks James on the descent.
It's done.
VP have got nothing left.
It's done.
There's no time, and 14 is here. Loses his AWP in the process, but who cares? 14. And this is a spotless T side. We talked about the half. 8-7. We're up to 14-7.
I can't believe that they're doing this on the T half, right? We were talking about how the CT side was the strength of Spirit so far, and now it's been fantastic stuff from them. And we still, to this point, right, the amount of full buys you've seen from VP, I'm sure you can count them on one hand. Fortunately, Buster is quick. He was able to scavenge that AWP back. So because of that, we see actually something really decent in the purchase department right now for VP. Could that be the difference maker? They've actually got the util, they've actually got the weapons, they've actually got the kit.
Has to be now. VP need to flick a switch. Flick a flick. Boost is decent, or we'll see the stack nades. Boost will work wonders if they are exposed. Kickert's jail. Buster's safe, and Flit's patrolling for that exact possibility. Even a Yekinder's in a prime position to knock Mir's head off. The flash would have to be perfect from SDY. Look how well drilled this is. This is perfect. You flash him off the line. You don't find anything on your boost, but it could have very well translated. Dexter's aggression up short has not been successful. And they will rejig. Use that time. You've got 60 seconds to piece this one together. VP not incapable of losing from the man disadvantage, but this is exactly what they needed and need to build upon it. Looking for their first CT round, Chad.
Oh, James forward is going to find one here. 3v5. It's all coming together now for VP. This is a must-convert round here, and if you're Team Spirit and you know you're only 2 away, maybe, just maybe, you're considering the save. But Mir, he's not done just yet over towards the sandbag position. If he wants to be a nuisance, he can, but this is it. One at a time the kills come, and one at a time VP will convert them, and there it is, the save. That's been thrown on down the pipeline. SDY and Mir tail between their legs back towards spawn, and because of that nature you were talking about with no rounds coming through so far for VP, with the loss bonus, it is bottom of the barrel for Spirit, right? So they only got 1,400 into that last round that they've played. Now, sorry, they'll up getting 1,400 into this round of play, which is not going to be a whole lot, and that's why you can understand this save call here. They need something to work with. Funny what happens when you get out all the guns in the utility, though, isn't it?
All right, Boomer. Stop trying to force your old game ideals on us.
Sorry, everyone. Well, it is going to be a timeout called from Spirit, and the first one they've had to call here on this third map. So things have been going quite well.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just saw the 4K reminder as well there on the front of the VP desk. If you didn't know, if you've been hanging out, you can, if you've got the bandwidth, check it out. Watch a full 4K Counter-Strike Major for the first time. Find that on the YouTube broadcast.
You can also do the rewinding and stuff on the YouTubes.
I saw there's a trial
on Twitch.
A trial dish. That's not a word. A trialed 2-minute rewind on Twitch.
Yeah, but what if I don't want to go back 2 minutes? What if I only want to go back 5 seconds?
Yeah, you're onto something there, Chad. Pause, rewind.
The technology is not there unless you're on YouTube, and it is there. But yeah, it seemed a bit easy, didn't it? And it is going to be the force behind these saved weapons. It makes sense. With 1400 as the loss, you may as well go in. It's double eco territory, and the totem boost has been assembled. So Dexter, what can you find?
What?
Well, not a lot.
Yeah, cancels that plan. And interestingly enough, you talked about what they can find. It's Yakinda, who had a full look at Fountain and found nothing. So understandably, James leaving him to his own devices. Yakinda aggressive. He's going to be the canary in the coal mine for that warning.
Now, it is going to be about what picks they can find here if you are Team Spirit. So this could be quite the slow round from them, waiting out all of that CT utility. And with the early info actually operating against them, it feels like VP are hedging that it will be a bit of a B execute. So isolating Yakinda is not impossible right now. The little bits of utility they have are being thrown out sparingly now as they do get connected control, sewer control. And up they come. It is this fight right now. Will he go undetected? Yakinda in the upper bathrooms here. Staying quiet on the rotation. Jay making his way back up to help Yakinda out. Deep flash on through just to help. And Yakinda's been able to pivot back, so can be a bit more of a standard defense. 30-ish seconds left on the clock. More utility lobbed out to hold them at bay.
They're really light on time here, Chad.
It's just this smoke and the go.
Yeah. The full rotate's on its way. You got a fully bought up VP, and Yakinda's already drawn blood first. Oh, Jane between the wickets. And a little bit of a gap for Magix. He's so focused on that AWP though and running it down. The clock is light, and there you have a 9th. Full investment from Spirit. So we are actually going to be seeing VP recover here. I mean, we always talk about it, you know, when you have someone that's just streaking, breaking them, we'll see a return in favor of the ever silent VP. So we are going to see them string together 2 consecutive.
They should be getting to the double digits here. It would be like they would probably have to unplug their keyboards and mice to lose this round right now. The P250 and 4 Glocks.
It's not advisable.
No, walk into a bomb site and, well, it should be done and dusted here. But we're trying to think about where the successes have come from for Team Spirit. I think it's been helped out a lot by just the lacking in the buy department. James going to open things up. Blitz going to get to rain down pain from above connector position. And here you go, gobbling up a couple of easy ones there. But you have to think right now, if you are Spirit and you've been sitting on a bit of a pocket strat or an execute, I always talk about this within these moments of the game. The thing is, you still obviously need 2 more rounds, but you're in the driver's seat. Now, do you want to leave that until the final throws where it becomes a little bit more obvious that you might throw something a little bit quicker or more organized out, or do you want to opt to get that in early, maybe spin the momentum in your favor? Lots of questions to ask here.
I mean, it's a good question, but it's also one of those ones where what's more predictable? You know, when you've got the cushion, when you've got the extra rounds, you've got, you know, a nice 4-round lead, going for the avant-garde, speedy commit feels like it's something the CTs would be expecting, right? You're not going to be doing something so close towards the end of the match, something that is so highly volatile in the end result, or to hit contingent on a timing. Monster smoked. We are going to be seeing just the 2 of them leave the bomb towards B. So expect to see a battle for this early control of Fountain. Try and humble Yakinda as best they can. Oh, Chopper, if he had his gun out, that's a very different kettle of fish.
Should have been a kill right there.
Should have. Just faffing with his nades. And a resmoke monster. You can see Kicker is anticipating something quick, not letting even a second of an unsmoked pipe.
They need to be on high alert towards B because they have been pestered quite early towards this sandbag position. So you can tell just with the passive setup that they've opted for here that they know this is coming, and it's the same kind of play.
It's poppy. Very poppy. And of course with Monster Smoke,
They're walking in.
They just looked away. They just looked away. It's Flit now. First to actively contest. Attention drawn. Kick it contributes. Here comes the commit, and Magic's just slipping the net. That smoke might aid him. If he drops one of his own, he could rat it. Good damage. Kick it again, saving the boys. VP set for success. Buster, just as he averts his gaze, Magix is booked. And yeah, this one's falling nicely into place. Spirit did try something different, Chad. You called it right out the gate.
It's just like a contact pacing here, and I'm not sure if that's because of the util they had, but either way, it really just fell flat Flip took that first contact. It wasn't necessarily lethal, but it was enough to stall them out. And now Chopper walks in. He goes down. 3 survive. And VP starting to look good. 4 in a row. And within those 4, they've only conceded a total of 3 deaths. One of those was a full eco, so you can understand why it's looking more like a clean sheet. Max loss bonus now in the favor of Team Spirit. So one of the things that we're going to look towards here is them getting the bomb down, right? This type of a round, they can half buy. They know they're going to get 3,400 into the next. If they can get a plant, that's going to make it look even better. Some quick tech 9s, though, as you do see the triple nades. Now, this is where the nade stack will come out to the sandbag position, most likely. You can see them lining that up. Buster is actually jump peeking right now, but he just moved away, so shouldn't be doing too much damage to Flip whatsoever. There you go.
Must
and
step
fast up.
footsteps a little. They are ahead of the incendiary, but not ahead of the curve. Lovely, lovely quick finish.
Another quick one. So that's another one that they've just completely swatted away there, VP. It's a whole different feeling to the game now. I still can't help but feel that VP put themselves in this pressure position just by the virtue of their buys, because you can clearly see now that everything's out. They're handling business in a big way. But another timeout called, the second for Team Spirit now, and well, another gun round about to come on out. Dexter can purchase in to that AWP with all the bells and whistles around it. The rest are all looking good for buys too. And I want to quickly credit SDY, who's been having another good map here. 17 kills for him. Dexter with a couple of impact rounds of his own, 17 as well. Magic's with 9. If he can come alive now with a little impact kill here, there, and everywhere, might be the start that they're looking for here to close this one down on the Spirit side of things. James being kept relatively quiet as well as one of the primary AWPs in the server right now, and the 11 kills to his name. So on the flip side of that conversation, if he starts hitting some big ones, that could devastate Team Spirit here. But aggressive Molotovs again. Chopper, the only man heading over towards Connector. No presence over towards A whatsoever. 4 players parked in the backyard, all putting bullets down range. Nobody playing on the other side of that smoke. But plenty of info for Kick It to relay to the team. It's not just one man, that's for sure. They've actually posted Jane with the AWP over towards long, and we have seen a couple of long plays from Spirit here, so they're going to have early information on, are they on that side of the map? We can see not at all. And with all of that, Yakinda's actually cheating the rotation over towards B, so they will have... Oh, is he?
He's thinking about it.
He's back and forth, so we can smoke Monster again here in a second, Yakinda.
Kicket's bailed himself out of trouble there. He would have been the first to fall.
They're ahead of the smoke. They're ahead of the smoke. It's on Magic's here for an entry.
Yeah. Shadow spotted. Passive nature. Kick-It takes the first contact. The trades are perfect. They poke, they prod. In synchronized fashion. Now the reaggress. SDY, he's been a hero for them. Bomb on his back. Has to put the whole team there too.
So committed with the bomb right now. They have to go B. What's he meant to do? This has to be the B finish. The bomb is so committed.
Yeah, and they've got 3-man hold here. Yakinda from the heavens. They don't have a smoke for it. SDY not in a position to drop it. And now, oh, the pin pull. Buster readies himself for war. Oh, he's even got Yakinda in a perfect tight line for that fight. Hard one here. Hard to connect the dots. 1 HP. The wiggle of frustration embodies just how bleak Spirit's outlook has been. It's only Chopper. Doesn't have the time or the health. Losing his head. VP are here to play a response. Immaculate. 6 in the consecutive fashion and have just completely bounced back from their 6-0 start.
And no bomb plant here. So this is another half-buy scenario again, right? And this is the point with those pocket strats, those faster plays where they need to come in. They need to just hit something.
Just a little tidbit as well. Notice how they got the info from that pillar position.
It didn't peek from it.
And Kick-It engages on that. Just so you could see the follow-up. You're trying to deal with Kick-It close. They're not going to be looking at your pillar. It's just a lovely bit of team play.
This is looking very much like a fast B if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I don't know how VP will handle this. Kick-It again stands and delivers. The flashes are Magic's assist. I'm not sure if that's a fair fight.
Buster's low.
Oh, he could do something. Oh, he hears him, but he's not expecting 2. Flit's behind him as well. Does run down another, but he's going to be looking for the weapon, and that leads to his demise. We are tied up. 14 apiece. Timeout? Maybe.
They've got 2 left. They have 2 left here. You may as well use them in consecutive rounds here to try and close out the game, or we will be looking down the barrel of what a comeback from VP. They have so much money. There are no worries at all in the VP camp. None at all.
And your analogy of thinking that VP were their own worst enemy in that first 6 rounds, I'm not so convinced.
Okay, here we go. Deep mollies again, and they've given up on A. They really just want to keep knocking on the door of B. You know, I was worried about VP being out of ideas on Ancient. Well, guess what? Team Spirit are out of ideas right now.
But every round, your Kinder has just gone peak fountain, said it's clear, and they just batten down the hatches.
Yeah, they're not even throwing a smoke here, and they're just trying to creep up. Sure, this worked for you earlier, boys, but it hasn't worked since.
Let's see. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. SDY has provided an opener. Chopper again breaks down the door this time. The best of the B bunch have fallen. Buster's gone. Kick it too.
Whoa!
And Dexter with another contribution. Spirit, stubborn. Yakinda looking for his second, and Chopper is pretty damn low. You can know he's on the site. He's missed the strafe, playing around with the sound cues. There's still so much time for this round. You've got to play your life. And a high flash. Chopper wants to plant, but they haven't cleared out Yakinda, and SDY is his next victim. It's falling apart at the seams now. And Chopper, they know where you are. Over the smoke, Yakinda loses his head, a one-on-one. Looking to lead.
Two bullets.
2 bullets in the AK.
Oh!
Chopper! He breaks Spirit's silence, and 2 bullets is all he needs. That's something else now, Spirit. It looked like they'd lost it. It really did, Chad.
Oh-wee, okay. Well, they wanted to make this one exciting, and they definitely did. A 1-on-2 from the in-game leader to break the silence with 2 bullets remaining against the AWP. Watch this one again. Bang, bang.
Oh, goosebumps creeping and crawling onto my skin after that one. Ballsy. Chopper, the only way to get out of trouble there was shots like that.
And it's back towards B again. It's worked. They've been able to break that levy, but they really want to test the site one more time. Similar approach, slipping on through, slinking onto the sewer position, the utility lines on up.
Bro, they can't surely get away with this one again. It would have to be the goddess of flashes. Here we go. James loses vision.
It's the same thing.
Magic slipping. Pressure. Kick it. First to fall. There's a way. There is a way. Buster's kicking, screaming. Only 2. Flit down and standing his ground. Into the site now. Bomb spotted as well. It's a 2-on-2. A very high stakes game. A wingman. And now Dexter for the clutch. Closes the gap. Rushes him down. He can't close it. Overtime secured. The finest of margins in this one.
All right. We go again. MR3 10K.
Bloody hell, fellas. They've decided to bring us a bit of a barn burner to wrap it up.
Yeah, looks like both teams wanted to leave this right down to the final moments here. Now, with that MR3 10K, financial woes will be felt in overtime. You're going to be seeing if the CTs find themselves locked out of a site early. Saves may creep on in here. Buster, if I just take a quick look, 30 kills to his name. 30 kills for Buster in this one. He's been having a performance and a half here. The opening kill went in the favor of Spirit on the way back in, but this right now is where we might have to see them diversify some of their play. Big stuff from Flit, the new boy.
Holds his ground. Like, he's got eight bullets in the mag there. Rushed on the reload, but he just gets out of dodge. Just look at his health. That evasive jump may have saved him from the 1 bullet that could have taken us and finished us in regulation. Okay, well, Yakinda already knows something fishy is afoot, but this time there's a smoke on that Molotov.
Yeah, Chopper's got a little bit of a different look in his eye right now, doesn't he? Knowing he had to win out that 1-on-2 just to get them to 15, he's changing this one. Aggressive over towards A. This is more of a default spread in the round. 1 connector, STY backyard of B, and 3 probing over towards this A bomb site. Looks like VP are ready for this.
Yakinda, he's locked in. The smoke's nice. It will bail him out once it fades. A whole lot of pressure this time on the A side of the map, and VP have addressed it. At times we've seen this.
Oh, through the smoke, just completely through the smoke right there.
That was just his spray. James gobbles the flash.
Look at Chopper.
Stands his ground. Chopper could catch the timing here, and they are heading back to the wide open B site. It's wide open.
If they just walk through Monster here, Buster can't see the feet. And Flit's flirting with the idea of smoking off Monster again. So Buster won't have the info, but he can be late, right? He can either flank them through Monster or he can come up through Sandbag, kick it, trying to dissuade them with that flash, but it's not going to do enough.
It's enabled him to get to barrels, actually. So with a supportive smoke, they've done something brilliant here. Look at the damage. And the spray combined leads to a disaster. Poor Team Spirit running out of bodies here, and oh damn. What a great reaction out of VP. It looked like they've been caught off guard, and now they have. Chopper, however, doesn't have the time for his teammate. They need all the kills. It's just not going to be given. And time is the one to secure it for the boys of Virtus.pro.
Oh.
It's not the end of the world.
No, it's not, and it would only have been a 1400 loss bonus right there, but still, you'd love to have held on to that one if you were Chopper, because you can see after his investment in the second round of OT, nothing left. But yeah, I didn't think that flash from Kick It was huge, but it actually bought enough time for him to tuck his head and the smoke to come on in.
Yeah, that what, 3 seconds of pause was enough for when the vision's restored, the site looked a whole lot more intimidating.
Yeah, it looked like a good call as well, because VP were kind of chasing their tails, especially Yakinda went down early, but I think Spirit have run out of T-side ideas. I really do, because
there's something different here, like Yakinda. He hears them. They're not making any secret of their presence. The extinguisher's been heard, so immediately you've stopped that information gathering being free. So already OT feels different for the CTs of VP, but they have been putting the right pieces in the right place consistently. The only exception to their run at the tail end of this series was the Chopper clutch.
Yeah, and you can't bank on that. Right?
No.
You can't replicate that. That's not something you can ask from these players to pull out time and time again. I feel like they need at least one round here on this T half. Noisy, Yakinda hears this. Calls for aid. Jane, the Overwatch.
VP's comms are tight right now. Looking for answers everywhere. No lurk spotted out on short. Flit's given the green light to rotate in to bolster the numbers to 3. That's enough for Yakinda. Look how much information is being sought out by these CTs. This is good.
Time's a huge problem. Time is a massive problem.
Ooh.
There's so many players on A.
And Yakinda drops his own smoke, and SDY kind of has to disrespect it, which is exactly what he's waiting for. Brilliant play here out of VP. They are tightening the thumb screws, and Spirit looking lost, absent, without leave. Dexter the last to leave the server there, and 17 for VP. Yeah, they've answered all of their CT woes.
Yeah, there's just nothing they could do right there with the timing of those smokes. Fantastic use of them, and yeah, you can really see what the economy's sitting at right now. Players for Team Spirit flush out of cash. There will be an AK or two brought on through, but it is going to be a crippled buy here within overtime. VP have been able to scavenge themselves some AKs to carry on in. Kits for everybody, head armors there, util flush, and clean sweep likely here, because if you're Spirit, you're likely just to head back towards the B standard play. Never mind, not B, over towards A. 4 of them, quick. 1 towards connector, 3 up towards the playground area, and to try and make this work without an AWP, have to hope Yakinda slips up.
I don't know, man. He's looking sharp. He's looking ready. Finally, he gets tested. It's only the one and done. Magix has kept the round competitive, and Spirit, they needed that, considering how light it was. Chopper, gone.
They've been used to so much space, so they didn't want to continue walking towards A with all the info they just gave up, so they've sent back to B, but that's where the stack remains. 3 players from VP have not moved from the B bomb site just yet.
This is going to be gross. I've never seen this jail position not get a frag.
There's only a couple of flashes. Oh, don't even need the flashes.
Yeah, he'll take 2. That's a kick in the... Okay. Flip has to finish the job, and it's likely right over here. And now 10 HP clutch for Magix demanded. For VP, though, this could and should be a spotless 3-0 conversion of their first half here in OT.
Oh, Magic's had an amazing clutch over there on Ancient. This one here is a lot more difficult
Is
on
the door
T
open?
side.
I think it's still closed. Oh, naded off. Okay. So there is that potential. If he cuts noise, that they will be aware that he could have slipped the net.
Not anymore.
And that's it from Flip, VP 18. And now you can see the vibrations are heading in a very different direction, Chad.
Oh, Yakinda looks like he's getting loud there as well. Some giggles on the faces, some screams being exchanged. And just to note on Flip, the new boy in the team, 27 kills for him. I was talking about Buster within regulation. He got up to 30. He's only up to 31 now. So Flit within the dying stages of this one, you've been seeing his multi-kills.
And if it wasn't for Chopper's clutch, this could have been a VP's immaculate return. It's just that one blemish that's taken them to OT. They were given this gift of the 15th by Chopper's clutch. Now we need to see the whole team batten down, lock it down, and give them the same treatment right back.
Oh, are you believing right now if you're Spirit, because you've been left scratching your head here? Remember, this is for progression right now. Entropic just did that over Heroic not that long ago. Now the winner of this will be greeting that top 8. Deep Molly's out again. We know that Buster has an affinity for taking this long control, and looks like he's tasked with doing that early here. Some stack nades being lined on up, kick it and flip to throw those 2 out. Nobody home to receive, but information going either way. SDY was great within that first half.
If he tries it again, I wouldn't be surprised if James throws a pot shot down range. Keeps his beans chilled for now.
They're just really allowing Buster to work for a lot of info here before the rest of the team starts working. You can see Buster's position now is the most forward of everybody on the map. The combing through the fountain position, that through connector is quite timid. It's a little bit later here. They want to give Buster enough time here to work his magic. And there's the flit impact again. Chopper on the jump. He goes down. It's a banger of a shot. And there's the follow-up.
It's absolutely falling apart. James strings together 2 magics. He had to take some initiative, go for something aggressive. It's all onto SDY, but just as he emerges, his head is knocked off. Dexter to try and save Team Spirit's hopes of the Legend stage today. And it's not to be. What a recovery from VP. The Polar Bear prevails. The Dragon gutted. And a great play. I mean, considering how that second half started, Chad. I mean, we saw the unwillingness of VP to just bide their time for the full investment. As soon as they got all the bells, whistles, trimmings, it was a different looking team.
Yeah, once those guns came out, I think it was with Buster actually saving an AWP in a round that they lost. They carried that through, and from there they were able to facilitate a much better buy. And then the rounds just kept coming. So, look, it got close. It was a great game. It made it much more exciting doing it that way, but it felt like VP did it the hard way.
But don't they always? Don't they always? For the entertainment. They're doing it for us. They're doing it for you. But that's it. They're locked in. VP will be in attendance.